Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Aggies offense takes the field for the first time today. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield. And that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So Alabama's offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
They go right back to it. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
It builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Alabama quickly back to the line. They'll go with a direct snap. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Give to the running back. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Trying to pound their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
He's going to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's now their 3rd sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Gets it out quickly. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Rivers. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Alabama pushing the tempo. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Offense facing 4th down.
A couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He fires one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this 1st punt to pin him deep. Fair catch called for and made. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Really good-looking run there. This guy reminds me a little bit of an old Texas A&M Aggie great, Leland McElroy. He was so dangerous in space. It was so difficult to bring down to the ground. All 11 guys on defense had to rally to the football. This guy has a little bit of that, too. If they can find more creative ways to get this guy out in the open field, watch out, because he's a home run waiting to happen.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Texas A&M going up tempo.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst.
Oh, it's out! And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Looking to throw for it. Takes the easy completion. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
3rd down, man. You'd think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. But this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The give to the tailback. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Running to the left. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Up-tempo for the offense. Using his legs, it's Pettis.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Dropping back, it's Rivers. He rifles one deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. And they'll just down it right there. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've had to punt the last couple of times they've had it, David, now trying to put something together.
Well, Reese, you know how much I love punters and kickers. Like, you don't want to see them very often. Those are not guys that we want to see on the field. We want to do something else and be a little bit more productive offensively here.
I think, David, on this drive, the quarterback's just got to settle down. These last few drives, looks like he's seeing ghosts. We've seen him force the football. He's missed a couple throws. He needs to just take a deep breath and play within himself.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Texas A&M going quickly. On third down, going up top. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Hauls it in, looking for space. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right?
Flying out to the left. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can... Explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. UTSA packed a wallop today. This was supposed to be a major road test, and instead it felt like a stroll down the Riverwalk there in San Antonio. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking downfield, it's Vaughn. Throwing right. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll go back to the air on second down. Quickly to the tight end. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, Throw that thing out there.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
The give to the back. At the 20, he's got space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it.
Oh, picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 10. Touchdown time. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Sexton. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and
the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. Fires one high and deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
This quarterback is so lucky that ball wasn't picked off. Of course, he threw a pick on the last drive, and this one the defender dropped. This quarterback's got to get his act together.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Here comes that Alabama offense. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here.
That's it, David. Just a couple of first downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away passing.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He'll try to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You've got an extra DB. You've got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you've got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
And the Aggies will line up to kick off and start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Rivers. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He was looking for running room, but they get him down at the 28, and now they are set up.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback adapting. He's going to take off. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
And we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players, and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Never a doubt.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes that Alabama offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Bama, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. Alabama quickly back to the line. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. That they can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Still on his feet at the 45. No fear from this freshman quarterback as he picks up the first down himself. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Caught near the sideline, it's Clark. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. This offense has a second down play. To the ground with the back. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. To the ground. He's got it again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And the defense is going to have more plays like this. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with a stop. Maybe get a little momentum here.
Over 100 yards already in this game. So if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. To the air, it's Rivers. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run the option. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And the stomping has commenced.
And you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put 2 hands on the football, lower his shoulder. 2nd and goal. You don't need 3rd and goal, thanks to the big fella.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The offense set for a first down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got his man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, the defense is going to sit back in zone. You know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
The give out of the gun. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. He'll throw on third down. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Nunez. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard lines. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the grab. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And the quarterback gets hit again. You already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point cuts into the lead just a touch, 35-10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Army has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet there on the hallowed grounds of West Point. They're up by a field goal over USF. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business.
How about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
A first down for the offense. The give to the left side. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Powers through the defender. And is slipped out. They recover their own fumble. How in the world? The offense. Disaster.
Man, what a break. Great job falling on the football. Great job having some awareness. The running back coughed it up, but teammates there to pick him up, fall on the football. Listen, it's lucky, but it's a good job by the offense.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on 2nd down and short. Direct snap. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. 2nd down coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
He's looking to throw it. Unloads it left. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Now on 1st down from the 40. He wants to throw. It's complete on the right side. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this keep...
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. One more play to pad the stats. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Fires toward the end zone. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you. Put up a bunch of points and win by a lot of points.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports